right, coming at you live, fast and hard from the base of the Rocky Mountains. This is Grit for Life Radio, where we are challenging you to motivate your mind, build your body, and search your soul. I am your host, Nate Parks. And before we get really started and diving into this day in this podcast, I first of all want to give a PSA. That PSA is this: if you hear me coughing, or if my voice sounds a little deeper, a little raspier, I just want to apologize up front. I am actually fighting a cold and have been trying to knock this down for a couple of days, and it's just kind of sitting here. The good thing is it doesn't seem to be getting worse. Bad thing is it doesn't seem to be getting better. So I just want to apologize right off the bat, but we're continuing our hero series. Not hero as in what you would think, as in, oh, hey, we're going to talk about this hero or that hero. No, talking about you being your own hero. And if you are just following the podcast, I challenge you to go check out our YouTube channel, because this series is a mixture of podcast and videos. So to get the full effect, I want you to go and subscribe and check out all those things. If you're doing our workshop, hey, you guys are on day 3. Day 3 of the Grit for Life Hero Workshop. And boy, the stories I'm already hearing on how this is changing your lives. The thing I love about doing these workshops is I give a lot into it, and people are always telling me what they get out of it, but you guys have no idea how much I get out of hearing your stories and how what we are doing and where we are headed and the things that are taking place are changing your life. That encourages me. That is my why. We have taken a look over the last couple of days of being the right person at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. And at that moment, having a defining moment that begins to shape your why. Why have I been where I've been? Why am I where I'm at today? Why do I need to change? Today, I want you to stand up. Go ahead. Well, unless you're driving, don't stand up then. If you're listening to this for some reason and you're in this, like taking a bath or whatever, be careful. Don't want you to slip and fall. But I want you, even if it's metaphorically, to stand up. And I want you to say, in fact, not only stand up and not only say it, I want those who are doing the workshop, I want you to write this down. Today, this moment is my time. This is my time. And I want you to say that so loud. Look in the mirror and look at you, say, this is my time. Not next year, not tomorrow. Right now, this is my time. We get so wrapped up. This is where we're going to start putting the rubber on the tire so that we can start moving. We get so wrapped up with so many different things that when we talk about a Grit for Life, well, I talk about all the time about starting your day off with something motivational. And a lot of times people think that's the meat. That's actually just the skeleton. Because see, motivational words are just that. Motivational videos are just that. They're just motivational words until you put action to it. And today we're going to start putting action to it. Today we're going to start making some small changes that are going to lead to some big success and big victories. So I want you to write it down. This is my time. Put it somewhere. Take a sticky note and put it wherever you shave or do your morning routine, and put it up and say, this is my time. So that when you get up every morning and you start doing it, you could take a look at and you start your day understanding this is my time. Because the thing about it is life is going to come at you hard. My grandfather was a Golden Glove boxer. And that man was one of my heroes. And one of the things that I can understand about boxing or MMA or anything like that is if the lights are not out in the arena, if the towel hasn't been thrown in, if the count hasn't been fully counted, you are not out. But I want you to imagine that opponent being life. That opponent will try to tell you, you're done, stay down. Stay down, man, just give up. You're done. Life will come and sneer at you. Life will hit you so hard, knock you to the mat, make you not want to get up, walk over to you and tell you, it's okay. Don't get up. Let them throw in the towel. Let the count be a full count. Just lay there. Let it be over. They can turn the lights off in the arena and everybody can go home. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to understand. You do not have to accept that. That is not truth. That is a lie. You still have fight in you. What I want you to do right now, this very moment, I want you to imagine that you have been knocked down and you are laying on that mat and life is standing over you, dripping sweat and sneering at you, saying, stay down. And I want you to get up. I want you to go nose to nose with life and say, I'm not going anywhere. This reminds me of a great movie. If you have never seen the movie starring Russell Crowe and Renee Zellweger, Cinderella Man. It is based on a true story about a boxer named Braddock. And I think it was during like the Great Depression or whatever. This boxer, he was great. He was known. He was famous. He had done some amazing stuff until everything got taken out. And he lost everything. He was working these jobs that were zapping his energy. Excuse me. Pardon me for a second while I get a drink. But he was doing these jobs that were zapping his energy. He was trying to provide for his family. At the same time, he was trying to get more fights, but no one wanted him. They considered him washed up. Man, this cold is kicking my rear end. I apologize about that, everybody. Whew. All right. But the life was kicking him. It's almost like this cold's kicking me. And he was washed up. No one considered him anything. He didn't give up. He looked at his children. He looked at his wife. He knew deep in his heart there was a flicker that said, my time is not over. This is still my time. And even though he was on the proverbial mat and life was leering over him saying, you're done. You are nobody. He fought his way back just to get in the ring. And when he got in the ring, no one would give him a chance. When they finally gave him a chance, they said, there's no way he's going to do anything. And there's a scene in the movie where everyone counted Braddock out. And in the real fight, everyone really considered Braddock done. It was almost like a show. This was going to be an easy fight. Man, this was going to be an easy fight for his opponent. Something snapped in Braddock. You see, Braddock realized that he had a why. Braddock realized that this was his moment. Braddock realized that it didn't matter what other people said. It didn't matter what life was saying. It didn't matter what the past, how he may have fallen on hard times. It didn't matter. What mattered is this moment right now, being the right person, understanding his why, and he swung with all he had. And he became the champion. The thing in the movie that really touched me is that not only was he fighting for himself, there were so many people that were rooting for him. And when he won against insurmountable odds, he not only became his own hero, but his story became the heroic inspiration for others. We're talking about it today. You see, this moment, when you stand up and say, I'm done holding on to the past, I'm done allowing life to control me, you're not just becoming your own hero. Now, my friend, you are beginning to form the very essence of being the inspiration for somebody else. And when you can understand that as you begin to form yourself into the hero that you need to be for yourself, you're forming yourself into a hero that you can be for your family. And in that, you're creating new moments, new inspirations for new generations. And I just can't stress that enough. Today I shared this already with a lot of the people in the workshop, but I had a great moment where one of my sons, who is in high school, shared with me via text. He's at school. He'd taken some time off to go get lunch. And he took time out, 16 years old. He took time out. He saw a homeless man. He went and bought the homeless man lunch and had lunch with this guy. Now, here is a football player. Here's a 16-year-old high school student, and he could be hanging out with his friends. He could be, doing whatever a high school student does. But instead, he took his lunch out. He saw a guy in need, took a lunch out, and he was inspired by the story and that lunch moment. You see, you never know Not one of the things that in the movie, the Cinderella Man at the last fight, one line in that movie that I think was really well written is that one of the announcers talks about Braddock coming back, and it looks like he's finally going to win. He says he's not only steady, but he's moving forward. Now I want you to listen to that again. He's not only steady, but he's moving forward. Right now, you're probably thinking, man, I don't even remember the last time I moved forward. That's okay. You are now. If you're listening to this, this is a small step. If you have been doing the Hero Workshop, you've done 3 days of moving forward. That is momentum. When we begin to gain momentum, it's like that snowball that you see in the cartoons, where it starts off small, it's rolling down the hill, and the more momentum. Let's try this again. The more momentum it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You have got momentum started, so keep it going. And this is what I want you to do. For those who have been doing the workshop, you were supposed to do this yesterday in your soul portion of it. But if you haven't done the workshop, I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit. I want you today to take a piece of paper and I want you to write down, what are the things that you know? When I say what's holding you back, whether you actually admit it to me or not, there's something that pops immediately. Your mind can't help it. When I say, hey, what's holding you back? First thing comes to mind. Boom, there it is. Right there. You just thought about it. I want you to write it down. I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. Rip it out of a notebook. Rip it out of whatever it's at. I want you to go to somewhere that you will not catch everything on fire. I don't need houses going on fire. And I want you to write that down. I want you to take a match, or I want you to take a lighter. I want you to take a flame. And for those who are doing the workshop, this is part of your homework today. Excuse me. I want you to take that piece of paper. I want you to light it up. And I want you, as it begins to burn, say, this is my time to be steady and move forward. My future is calling me. The past doesn't need me. My future is calling me. The past doesn't need me. Now, as that piece of paper with whatever you wrote on is burnt up, I want you to let it go. Let it go. Almost like Elsa in Frozen. Just let it go. You say it's not that easy. No, it's not. But when we put a picture in our mind, that becomes a bookmark. And so by burning that piece of paper with whatever was on that piece of paper that was holding you back, now when it starts to come back up, your mind has an image of you burning it, leaving it in the past, and you can tell your mind, as soon as it starts coming up, start retraining your mind. Say, no, not today. Not today. I burned it. It is gone. No, not today. I let that go. No, this moment is my moment. It is not my past. I am not my past. I am not my failures. I, right here, right now, I am putting on my cape. I am getting into my bat cave, whatever it is. This is my moment. I will rise. I will stand firm. Why? Because, my friends, you are the hero that you need. You are my hero. You are an inspiration to myself. Be an inspiration to you. Your response is your responsibility.